Hello, my name is Sydney, Sidders and Soleil_do, and welcome back to the Kent Coast Walk. Today we are back on the Isle of Harty. It's about 6:50 AM-ish, around about that time, very early. You can hear all the lovely songbirds, and we are walking from Harty to the Sheppey Crossing today, our final walk on the Isle of Sheppey. And it is a very long one, about 9.5 miles, 10 miles. Let's just get this out of the way. I've got my Sittingbourne, Faversham and Isle of Sheppey map. We've got a bit of a complicated path for this beginning section. And I'd like to thank two of my fellow walkers, Jenny and Fred, for helping me out with this. As there isn't public right-of-ways for the starting part, and it's a bit difficult to find information online. And they helped me out. They've done this walk before, so thank you very much. The reason we are here so early today is we're at a bit of a race against the tide. Low tide is at 10:30, and we have to get to the very end of the walk so that we can do barely a 10-meter length section. We should be fine. That's why we're here so early, and it's really lovely to be here so early. Down there is where I ended off our video last time, by that very interesting post. You've got a boat in the water there, and Faversham across the other side of the Harty Ferry. Now then, onto the complicatedness of this walk. Up there is Harty Ferry, and that's where Jenny and Fred were sending me on a footpath that they discovered that goes across a field. But what I discovered at the end of our last walk was this way here, just down by the shoreline, which seems to have been cleared, and I'm wondering if this might be a part of the England coast path and their attempt to start opening that up. Obviously this way here is a public right-of-way. It shows on the map it goes up there, but this way along the actual shoreline isn't a public right-of-way. There also seems to be a bunker of some sorts here. I wonder if I can have a little peek inside. Oh. Yeah. It's a bit scary this early. Oh. Hello? Blimey. There's a little ladder there. Don't know if I should go up there though. Very interesting. Let's do some exploring and see if this is our way around towards the Elmley Marshes. That path behind us has served us well. We saw lots of rabbits. Suddenly it's getting a bit muddy. Now we're on the seawall, which will characterise the majority of this walk across the marshes of the south of the Isle of Sheppey. The endless footpath leading us into the distance, and you can just about see the end of our walk already, even though it's a good 8 miles away. The Sheppey Crossing. Looking back to the Isle of Harty, you can really sense how the Isle of Harty used to be its own island. Look at that. There's a pheasant right in that grass there. Isn't that amazing? It was hiding from me. We're eating our pain au chocolat, and we didn't even realise that it was there. Okay, did it. We've got this water protection to stop the land flooding thing here, which means we can't get across to the land on the other side as it blocks the way. So we have to take a little detour inland towards a farm over there where we can head back out again. Down off of the seawall and along the much easier to walk on road or track. Bye bye Harty! I'll see you again when we get to Faversham. Bell's pumping station. We're heading towards that farm there, and you can see very close the Isle of Sheppey prison. I think there's about 3 prisons on the Isle of Sheppey. Here's the closest we get to the farm, and we do a left turn around and down this path here. Now that we're past the Little Bells or Great Bells farm, it's officially public right-of-ways now, so we don't have to worry quite as much. RSPB. There's some geese flying by there. That's incredible. What a fantastic place to have a little rest and admire the view. Apparently we are now entering the Elmley Nature Reserve as we pass this water here. I suspect we entered it a little bit further back where we saw the RSPB. The end, that's Harty over there, just on the horizon. Wow! The Elmley Nature Reserve is so expansive and open. I love it. I highly recommend this place. Like, the amount of nature that's around. I heard some reviews on Google about Elmley and they were saying, oh, there's nothing here, it's not worth visiting. It's really boring. That's completely incorrect. If you have an eye for nature and an appreciation for different landscapes, even if they're flat landscapes, and just appreciation for nature and wildlife, this place is incredible. Absolutely incredible. At this beautiful tree here, it looks like you should go down there, but that says no entry. And the public right of way actually goes down straight ahead towards this gate and across the fields. We are entering Elmley Island. Okay, there we go. Immediately welcoming you to Elmley is this information board. Welcome to Elmley Nature Reserve. Some information about the various birds that live here, and the hides and rabbits, and a map. Also immediately greeting us on the Isle of Elmley is some nice looking benches where you can sit down and relax. There's one there, and there's also one right there. Oh! On the horizon I can see the first people we've seen pretty much all day, except for one nature reserve protection guy. There are the humans I speak about. I think this is because we're very close to the car park for this nature reserve. I spy some moo cows. So the one section of the walk where we're battling the tide is right by the very end at the Sheppey Crossing. We started walking at 7 and it is now 10:30, and the low tide of today is 10:30. We are making quite good progress. I am hopeful that we will make it. The buildings of the Isle of Elmley and their cute little glamping huts. Kissing Gate or the Castle Grid? I'll go over the Castle Grid. Got a glamping house there. I bet it's very expensive to stay here. You can't see him very well, but right there is a peacock. I didn't realise they had peacocks here. Below this information sign in the car park, they have all of the bird sightings you can find at Elmley, or that people have seen. And that's incredible how many there are. This is the car park at Elmley, and at this stage in your walk, they have a visitor toilet. So if you need the toilet, there you go. You get great views across the Soleil and the Marshes towards Sittingbourne, which is where we're going to end off on the next walk. We also have the Away Cafe here at Elmley. Oh, a duck! Wow! Hello! We came from that way. We have nice views over the rest of the Isle of Sheppey, and we're turning left here to head back towards the coast. Magnificent tree, the Sheppey Crossing, and an interesting abandoned building. Heading down off of the Isle of Elmley, you can really see how close the Sheppey Crossing is now. We're taking a right turn down this one, which will take us to the Soleil, which is just a few meters over that way. As we approach the bridge, I feel the landscape is becoming a lot more industrial and quite reminiscent of our very first walk on the Isle of Sheppey. Abandoned building there. Let's have a look at that. It's very interesting. Clearly there was something here. We've got the foundations and brick walls. And the Soleil! Look at the Soleil! It's very clearly very low tide. It's a Soleil, and clearly some sort of dock used to be here. I think we're heading this way. There's some geese. More geese. Seen lots of geese. Thousands of them. We are really starting to feel the walk now, but we made it to the Sheppey Crossing at last. There's the King's Ferry crossing, and we got here in time. Looks like we can go under. Woo! I'm so happy we made it here in time. If we hadn't, then we would have had like an extra mile or two to get around. But we made it! Woo! We made it around the entire island of the Isle of Sheppey. I can't believe it. I'm exhausted. We were standing here before when we started the walk around the Isle of Sheppey. I'll insert a clip here showing when I was standing here. Both the Sheppey bridges, wow! And I don't think we realised that was where we would come out, underneath the King's Ferry crossing. But here we are, done an entire island, the entire Isle of Sheppey coast walk. Let's cross over to King's Ferry crossing. Farewell, Isle of Sheppey. It's been great exploring you. And we are back at Soleil Station, the least used station in Kent. We were here a few times before, and today we are ending off here again. And we're sitting on this very tiny bench. Soleil Station, thank you so much for watching this insane video. It has been so long and I've got a lot of editing to do. It was so beautiful, all the birds incredible, absolutely amazing and exhausting. Next time we're going to be back on mainland Kent where I'm standing right now and walking from Soleil Station to the town of Sittingbourne. So I cannot wait to do that. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you next time. Don't forget to believe in the rainbows.